The story of Markelle Fultz is very sad, I must say, especially even being the #1 draft pick in the NBA. Don't get me wrong though, there have been #1 draft picks that have completely turned out to be busts. But Markelle Fultz had Stephen A. Smith calling him the biggest bust in NBA history ever. Play the clip.
Right now, it appears to be the biggest bust in NBA history. I don't recall, even with Kwame Brown, Michael Olowokandi, and others, I don't recall a #1 overall pick in the NBA draft being this bad.
Bro, what? Even I don't think that he was the biggest bust in NBA history. Ever. Markelle Fultz slander will not be tolerated. There are people like Anthony Bennett who don't even exist anymore in the NBA world that are one of the biggest busts in NBA history. But for Markelle Fultz, the story is very sad. Till this day, he is still a free agent and we don't even know if he might make a roster. Essentially, he's just another what if. But it always wasn't like this for him. If you like basketball videos like this, well, I make them, so don't forget to subscribe so you can see more like these, and make sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Markelle Fultz played at the Martha Catholic High School. In his sophomore year, he was cut from varsity. He had to play JV due to him being only 5'9". And his summer leading into his junior year, he grew 7 inches, making him 6'4". Holy shit. Damn, I wish I grew 7 inches in the summer. But yeah, bro, he grew 7 inches, which helped him to make the varsity team in high school. In his junior year, he averaged 16.8 points per game with 4 assists per game and 7.9 rebounds per game. Throughout his junior year, his rankings went up and he became a 5-star recruit. That summer leading into his senior year, he committed to Washington Huskies college basketball team. Everyone was shocked to see him commit there because it wasn't even a big school that helped develop high school, or I would say helped develop NBA level players. Anyway, in his senior year, he averaged 19 points per game, 8.7 assists per game, and 8.8 rebounds per game. He also had a Stags record with 278 assists. He was looking like a really good college player, and he ended up being 7th on ESPN basketball recruiting class. Markelle Fultz ended up only playing 1 year in college, and in that time period, he averaged 23.2 points per game, 5.9 assists per game, 5.7 rebounds per game, while shooting 47% from the field. He was the best college player at the time leading up to the NBA draft. Things looked very promising for him, and his future seemed bright. In 2017, the Boston Celtics had a #1 pick in the draft. They were intended to pick Markelle Fultz for the #1 pick, but due to Danny Ainge, he decided to trade down 2 picks with Philadelphia and now having the 3rd pick, which was strange to see at the time because apparently they wanted Jason Tatum the whole time. We all thought Markelle was going to go #1 in the pick in the draft and Boston was supposed to get him, but apparently Boston wanted Jason Tatum. What? Anyway, my take is, if that was the case, why trade? What was the point of trading for the #1 pick? Why not just draft Tatum and make Tatum the 1st pick? Y'all tell me y'all thoughts down below in the comments. But anyway, Markelle ended up going to Philly for the 1st pick because the Celtics traded with Philly for the 1st pick.
With the 1st pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Markelle Fultz from the University of Washington.
So Markelle ended up going there, and it seemed like the Sixers had their own little big 3. I wouldn't say like a big 3 as a humongous big 3 like Kyrie, LeBron, and Kevin Love. No, they just had a well-known, renowned big 3, which was Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And that big 3 was also being compared to KD, Russ, and Harden when they were on OKC. Wow, that's actually crazy. To have a comparison like that, the expectations must have been very, very high. But anyway, The Summer League was the beginning of Markelle Fultz's downfall. In his 4th Summer League game, he got injured, and the injury was something called a muscular imbalance, which was in his shoulder. It seemed minor at the time, but we were all later on wrong. It affected his shooting abilities and his free throw shots.
And the Heat now at the team foul limit. The Sixers, for their part in the penalty, a rather unusual.
At the time, people thought he was suffering from the yips, or he had anxiety when it comes to playing on the big stage. So apparently his shooting form was messed up, and he just was never able to shoot the same ever again. Wow. He later on came back, but it seemed like he wasn't really fully back. He had shot very weirdly, and you could tell he wasn't comfortable shooting the ball. He had to learn how to shoot the ball again due to the nerve damage in his shoulder. I generally feel bad because imagine what if you played basketball your whole life to make it to the NBA, and then you started getting injuries and you ended up playing the same way but not really the same way as you were. Markelle Fultz had to go through that. Markelle Fultz ended up only playing 33 games in 2 seasons with Philly. They ended up trading him to Orlando in 2019. Very, very sad. In his first year with the Magic, he played 72 games, which was the most games he played in his entire career. He averaged 12 points per game, 5.1 assists per game, and 3.3 rebounds per game while shooting 46% from the field. Things were looking great for him on the Magic so far, and in his second season with them, he suffered a torn ACL injury which ended his season short, which was in 2021 on January 6th. Truly sad because it seemed like he was getting the groove with them. He returned to basketball in 2022 on February 28. He ended up playing 18 games that year, and that time frame he averaged 10.8 points per game, 5.5 assists per game, 2.7 rebounds per game while shooting 47% from the field. And then in 2022 to the 2023 season, Markelle Fultz played the best he has ever played in a season since he's been in the NBA. He played 60 games, and in those 60 games, he averaged 14 points per game, 5.7 points per game. I said 5.7 points per game. I meant to say 5 assists per game, 3.9 rebounds per game while shooting 51% from the field. He was becoming a really solid player. It seemed like we finally getting what we were supposed to get from a first round pick. And then in the 2023 to 2024 season, Markelle Fultz suffered an injury which was tendonitis. This was due to the fact that he suffered an ACL injury beforehand, and that was also costed him to cut his season short once again, going from one of the best players in college and working your way up to your dream job and playing in the NBA to realizing the NBA was just the start of your very own downfall. It's very sad. I don't wish this on anybody. It makes me sad to make a video like this. That's why I feel like I keep messing up a lot. But very sad to say. And yeah, going forward with this, Markelle Fultz right now, he's a free agency. No team has signed him, but I don't blame them because in reality, who wants to give a player a lot of money if they're not even going to be able to help due to the fact that they're just like more injury prone and they just keep getting hurt. And in reality, you're just going to be hurting the team with the injuries and wasting money. So it makes sense to why he's a free agent. But I truly believe he is a solid player when he's very healthy, and he should be on the team. Like, he should still be signed by a team because in my opinion, he's a very, very solid player when he's healthy. Very good kid to come off the bench and doesn't deserve to just be given up on. Seems like the NBA is giving up on him right now, but hopefully that changes soon. And with that being said, please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to make sure to subscribe down below. Leave a comment down anything you like. Tell me your thoughts and tell me what team you want to see him play on, something like that. Yeah. Peace.